common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Everyone has access to the information. We just know how to analyze it better.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man. You the man.
Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
What is going on? What is going on? Welcome back to another live episode of Learn Crypto. My name is Nick Hellman.
I'm Todd Butterfield.
It's been a little bit of time since we have done a public live show. We have done a Patreon-only live show as well as Patreon-only videos and been in Discord, but we wanted to get on here for you guys, give you a little bit of an update on our opinions of Bitcoin, altcoins. Jack Dorsey still loves Bitcoin only, and does India hate or love cryptocurrencies? I don't really know, but we'll discuss that as well. What do you got going on today, Todd?
Not too much, just monitoring Bitcoin.
Of course,
Discord.
Of course, we'll have Todd look at the charts. I'll go over a little bit of news, answer any fundamental questions, and then lastly, make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And if you like free cryptocurrency, then also leave a comment section in the comment section below with your Rapids RPD wallet address for your chance to win. We will be picking a winner from the last live show we did together. So congratulations to whoever that winner may be. Should we just jump right into this?
Let's jump in.
Shout out to everybody in the chat box right now. Welcome back. A lot of wrenches. That means a lot of you are Discord members or OG YouTube members. If you want to earn a wrench, then you just got to come in here during our live shows, act halfway intelligent, and you'll be on your way to being a moderator as well. Keeps a lot of riffraff, the trolls, and the spam out of the chat box.
Devo.
So thank you all. This is for entertainment purposes, but also hopefully you can learn a thing or two and maybe triple those bags. Over here on CoinMarketCap, what do we got? Bitcoin dominance back up around 71%. Now, Todd will pull up the Bitcoin dominance chart. It was a couple weeks ago we were saying that maybe we had 5 waves up on the Bitcoin dominance when Bitcoin did hit around 72%. But we said it might have one more surge. And right now, alts are getting hammered and underperforming Bitcoin once again. So we'll see and monitor this Bitcoin dominance number. Man, my camera is dark, but hey, it is what it is, right? Bitcoin, $10,583, slightly red for the day, and all altcoins are following minus Tether and its spiffy new logo over here on CoinMarketCap. Biggest winners for the day, Mana, Decentraland up 10%. Engine Coin up 7%. Man, remember when that thing ran just because it was going to be integrated in a Samsung phone? Golem up 4% and Dogecoin up 2%. Now, Doge can be a leading indicator for alt season, but we need to see much more than 2% for me to want to be buying any more alts down here or trying to ride out some rallies. So we'll keep an eye on Doge as well and see if that historical indicator continues strong. I guess, Todd, if you just want to look at some charts, go over Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, whatever it may be, then we'll hop back into some news. See what the comment section has, do a giveaway, and we'll probably wrap this up and get back over into Discord for all the Patreon members.
Dan in. I will talk about the stock market here real quick as well. We've got the 4-hour Bitcoin in front of us. As everybody knows, we had to sell up there on the way to 14. I've been looking for sideways wave 2. I did put up, I guess I need to add that to Twitter because I'm showing I still think we're going to get a spring or shakeout of the 9,100 level. I think we're still working on that. So we really had told people don't be chasing any of these spike ups. I think we're seeing that still now, or we're going to see it if we maybe do an 11.1, 11.2 up here. I don't think that's the start of anything big. So, and we could get in trouble even here. The technometer that we put a lot of faith in is overbought. So I think the upside's still limited here. If we, let's go to that. Right now, this is Bitcoin USD with our technometer at the bottom. During this correction, a couple of our buy signals haven't worked out as well as on the way up because we are in a correction. So I did shy away from some of them. And this last sell-off, really in through here, we had on August 24th, we had an oversold technometer. We had new lows in the OP while price held. Normally that's really friendly, but again, 4 days later that gave away. So we did come down and oversold technometer again. I did not take that trade. I didn't like the risk, so I have missed these last 1,000 up here. But again, alts aren't going. Had a trade in Litecoin, made very little, but it's trading just a hair higher than where I got out. So you see technometer 51, it did register at 57. And if it came back down to 42 or so, maybe we need to nibble on this. But, you know, volume hasn't done anything. Volume has came off considerably during this correction. So I don't think, again, I think we're just trying to figure out how we're going to get a few more longs caught here before we come down and scare everybody. So if we throw some Elliott wave on that, I got a couple of counts I'm going to show here real quick. Again, this is the one back here when we gave the sell above 13.5. I had said that you don't really want to chase rallies or sell dips on this correction. That's probably been the best advice because all these rallies gave away and the dips have also recovered. So there's a way of reading it, Elliott wave. I got a couple counts here. This would be an ABC down W, ABC down X, and then possibly an A down here and a B flat, which is made up of an ABC 5 waves, which we're working on right now. We're in this purple correction that I've showed. We were talking about it in the Discord, trying to figure out these 5 waves up. 5 waves could be over. Probably not. Probably we're working on this green 4. Then maybe a run above 11,000. And I think that's the sell. So don't hold me to that unless you're in Discord or hit me up on Twitter or something. But that's kind of still my thoughts. And then that's going to give us the sell-off below 9,000, maybe down to 8. So I'm still in the correction camp. And then we've got... this could be another possible count. I mean, everything's ABCs, and so we still got the W, still got the X. This could have been 5 waves down into here, and we need an ABC up. Same thing around 11.2, but it'll take a little bit longer. And then the same break I'm looking for. And I think I got one other count here. This isn't my normal screen I trade from, but I think this one's... And this is another possibility here. So we had ABC down for W. We're doing a huge X triangle. We had ABC up, ABC down. This will be A, B, C up into that 11.2. And then just spend a little more time here before we fall out. So those are kind of 3 bearish alternatives. And if you're a bull in this house, about the only count you've got is this here, and I think this is suspect. But we're going to see how this thing acts in the next week or so. Same thing, W down, X up, and then we have 5 waves down. The C wave does not go to new lows, so it bottoms early. Instead of going down below 97, it does that 93, and then we've had what's starting 5 waves up. So again, I don't like this count. I think we got to get rid of the longs before we start a big rally, but we do have back coming up. We got a lot of things that could give us volatility here. So if you're leaning on this count, then I think what will happen is you'll see maybe 11.2, maybe even stronger. And then we'll have some type of ABC pullback. And if my software gives us a buy, then we'll jump on that. But as everybody knows, I'm really follow our proprietary indicators. Try to throw some Elliott wave on it after the fact. But a lot of people are afraid we're missing a rally here, but then we go to Litecoin. I mean, we sold out at 99.40 after taking a couple of $10 trades out of it up here at 95. We'd had stops at, what was it, 135, 136.
Yeah, we sold at, we got stopped out at 135 when everybody was saying it was going to moon due to the halvening. Right. And after it did dump, people wanted to buy back because the halvening was coming, and I maintained that I think the halvening was already priced in, and that was the rally that we saw to 145. And then our next buy wasn't until $90. Sold for 100, bought again at 90, sold for 100 again, and really haven't done too much besides small gains or scratches or maybe a little bit of coin adding with stops down here at these lows.
I mean, I stayed away. I bought a 60, I bought a 66 here on this spike, and the other day I sold 66.50. So just didn't like. Again, this doesn't look impulsive. It looks like we've got maybe this is a triangle. Maybe we've done a 1-2, so we're going to just spend more time out here. Maybe go down to a 50. Ethereum, same type of thing. I mean, I could have bought it at 168, really, following my indicators. We ran over 180, but here we are at 174. So
Ethereum is when we sold live on air, live on YouTube, calling 5 waves up when it was like $350, saying that you probably should start lightening up your Ethereum bag. That could have been a 5-wave advance, and now you need a major correction before you would ever want to jump back into that. And since that correction has occurred, it's really just been flat. So that saved, $175 per Ethereum owned. So it's pretty crazy.
That's why I'm not losing a lot of sleep watching these things, because, as you said, we called these 5 waves up live on air. I know on these days here when we was coming off the highs. And I think there's still a little bit more downside. So, then you've got XRP doing nothing. You've got NEO, $9. I haven't touched that since up there at 17 and 16. So XMR is one I mentioned that I think that's one that you want to maybe have a little bit of. Let's say 5% of a portfolio maybe here at some point. That's one I'll look at.
And then Ethereum Classic as well.
Right.
If we can get some kind of a pullback. This is one that, when we were up there above $7 on the most recent rally here in September, as that insiders front ran the news that Binance was going to do the margin. A lot of people wanted to buy there, and we said to wait. Ideally, support would be at 540, and we'll love to see a retest of those lows around 511, but didn't quite get there on the first dump. It got down to 568 or something. So maybe you guys had more balls of steel than I did, and you jumped 20 cents ahead of us and grabbed it. But I'm still not chasing here. I still think we're going to see some kind of consolidation and correction, especially if Bitcoin kind of plays in our favor here, and that's when you would want to be adding that, because Wyckoff likes to buy strength. Ethereum Classic has shown strength here, and on top of that, there's a lot of fundamental reasons that institutions will be able to purchase ETC, and with it having a slightly smaller market cap than other large cap players, you might see higher multiples and returns on that, whether it be Grayscale, Coinbase custody, get listed on Backed, etc. So that's what we're looking for.
I mean, I'd like to see Bitcoin break that 9,000 and then this thing come down and maybe still spike the $5 level on a scare. Then I think I'd be on that one too. So those are just a couple ideas to think about. But otherwise, like I said, I mean, that's there's not much else to discuss. I just think we got to come down here. We got to get rid of the weak longs, and that's still where I'm going to stand. So we'll do updates on the charting software, because again, we're at 51. It's going to take a lot to get a buy signal. We're going to need at least something back down, probably 42-ish. And also, what just happened? This happened while we was on Discord earlier today when we did the 10-8. You can see here. Let's show this real quick. Then I'm going to give it back to Nick here in a minute, and then I'll come back and do a few quick stocks, because I'm starting to do a little bit more stock trades. But let's look at this real quick, if it'll load. The last rally at 10.8 on Bitcoin had really no volume on it. And then we just fell down to, 10.5 just a second ago. So.
Yeah, and a lot of people were saying a break at 10.7 would be flipping resistance to support, and you should buy that breakout. And Todd literally just happened to be live in Discord when that happened, saying not to chase it due to the lackluster volume. And so far, that's worked out.
And there it is. That's a basically a one-day chart in front of you. So when we was up here, right here at 10.780, I was showing that the volume here was not coming behind. That's probably a B wave or the fifth. I'm guessing it's the B wave. So maybe we come down and do a 10.2 tonight. Take out this low over here of this morning. And so again, that was really suspect. So that's the fifth or a B wave. We come down to 10.2. Maybe you could buy that for around 11.2. I'm not sure. That's a short-term trade I'm looking at, but I think the risk is really high, because I think the risk is we break when you're not looking overnight or when you're asleep. So take it back if you got anything, Nick, and then I'm going to do a few stock trades.
We'll go over a couple comments here in the comment section. Somebody said, what are our thoughts on KCS? So KuCoin is going to be a beneficiary of garnishing more volume if Binance US does not launch around September 12th when all U.S. citizens will be kicked off of Binance.com. Now, you do have an additional 30 days to move your funds. I believe CZ is a smart businessman and will launch Binance US hopefully the same day or shortly after U.S. citizens are kicked off. And a lot of big money traders for crypto probably will use a VPN as well. The way that KCS is really going to garnish value is it needs to garnish more trading volume. So this could be a catalyst to get more volume over to their exchange. Also, I know that a lot of the team members are locking up in escrow some of their KCS. So maybe that will put some confidence in the retail investors that know KCS will be brought to the market and sold onto the exchange as well. So KCS is one that during the bull market we were investing in exchange tokens, KCX, BNB, and others due to the passive income opportunities and due to their outperformance. We have shied away from all of those except for Binance for obvious reasons, and I'm not really chomping at the bit to jump back into KCS at this point. Now, if Binance US has a regulatory delay, I think I will take a quick buy on KCS and hope that that kind of creates some kind of buying pressure on KCS, either people FOMOing, thinking exchange volume is going to go over there, or we start seeing news articles, which exchange will benefit from Binance being down, et cetera, et cetera. So that will be something we need to monitor, but I'm not really jumping or chomping at the bit to own KCS at this point. What else we got going over here? Seth has one for you. Todd, how do we mitigate our risk of missing the bullish count? Worried at any time we could hit with positive news that will cause a price surge. More worried about that than negative news currently.
I mean, if you're at 3 commas or anywhere where you can put a buy stop above your head, I mean, that's the way, I guess, if you're going to go to sleep and worried about it. I mean, I've done it a few times where, I guess for me, a trade above 11.6 to 11.9 probably could say we're getting ready to moon. So, that's still 1,000 higher, but I guess an 11.6, I'm going to figure that, maybe we're headed to, maybe there is some news and we're going to skyrocket. But I'm not really worried about that. I mean, I worry about lots of things every day. But you just have to have a buy stop above your head, I guess. Or you nibble here. I mean, if we're going to all-time highs by the end of the year, I mean, it probably don't matter whether you pay 10.6 or whether you pay 8.6. So you probably better nibble some here if you're having trouble sleeping. And somebody, Pete said, I see you're talking about below 9, no more 7 or 8 on the table. I'm just saying that as we're live here. I mean, a break of 9 is, I'm not talking about a break of 9 for a minute and then straight up. No, I'm talking about 9 is going to bring in selling, and it's going to take us probably to 80. I mean, I'll go on record 8,200 is what I'm looking for if 9 breaks. But that could happen really quick. I'm not in the 7,000. I'm not in the 7,200, low 7,000s. So I think 8,200 would be some decent support.
Johnny M. Cool says, Nick, you see my EOS transaction posts about to cross 90 million. Big dApps are beginning to launch. Yeah, I always say that when we don't have earnings or PE ratios like we see in traditional markets here in cryptos, that really are looking for utilizations of the network, because that utilization will drive price appreciation of the network, and that price appreciation probably will flow to the only thing it can, which is the underlying token or coin of that blockchain. EOS is having a ton of transactions, a ton of usage, and does offer staking ROI via their REX. So it will be interesting to see if price does follow once altcoins decide to stop, getting crushed by Bitcoin dominance. So I am keeping an eye on that. EOS is one that I do recommend in a portfolio. They have a ton of money. They have a ton of investors and backers. And I think they also have the technology to have staying power in the ecosystem, as some of these altcoins are going to zero and no longer exist, as we were seeing right before our eyes. So, yes, I am keeping a close eye on that. Steven said, Nick, you mentioned Ren earlier today. I did mention Ren in Discord. Why? Ren got as high as 1,400 Satoshis. Everybody and their brother wanted to FOMO into Ren. It was the new hot thing. Small market cap. We need to buy it. Nick, what do you think? I said, do not chase this rally. It will have a massive pullback. Well, now we are sitting around 500 Satoshis. I'm not going to go on record on YouTube and tell you where I'm looking to pick up Ren, if I am at all. That is for Discord members. But yes, it has had a massive pullback on from 1,400 sats down to as low as 500 right now. And, we tried warning you. I think I even said that on a YouTube broadcast as well. So hopefully you took that advice, avoided that. Another one we avoided in Discord was Algo. Algo had a bunch of red flags. I gave various reasons. That is down 85%. So we are sidestepping a lot of the FOMO and a lot of the hope out of people that they can get onto this 100-banger altcoin when really the alts are not in season. So anything has been short-lived. Anything has had red flags. And hopefully you sidestep those with us as we continue to look for different entries on various alts that you may fundamentally like for the future.
Neo, I mean, I think I still like it as a small position on down the road, but again, I haven't touched Neo since up there at the highs. So
yeah, fundamentally, I still like Neo. I think Neo is one that you can have in your portfolio. It is a protocol, which means other apps and dApps can build upon it. They are about to be releasing Neo 3.0, which solves a lot of scalability issues, ease of development issues, which I think will be great for the chain. And then again, we have been talking about passive income since the highs around 20K due to the fact that we knew we were in a bear market, and this was a way to keep yourself afloat and keep your mind on straight as you earn coins daily. Neo does produce gas on a monthly basis if you store it on Binance or on their desktop wallet. So it's a good way just to kind of get a little bit extra. You can either hold on to the gas, which is used by developers and dApps that run on that protocol platform, or a lot of people during this lackluster alt season take their passive income from large cap alts and just go ahead and roll it straight over into Bitcoin, just adding sats to the bag day by day, month by month.
I'll take it back over to do some stocks here real quick. This is our Wyckoff wave. So this is kind of like our Dow Jones Industrial Average. You can see down here, if you follow my week in review, I've been friendly. We are laboring higher, but the tech now is 46, which is not a sell, but as overbought as we've been since the highs. So I still think we're going to go higher, but I think we're going to run into trouble sometime here soon, and then maybe a whole nother leg down. This is Wyckoff wave growth, same type of thing, 47. I'd like to see it just a run up to 4,000, and I'd probably be a seller. And then you got SPY, S&P 500. You can see here it's trying to break out, but we're at 47 technometer. Again, anything up here I think is probably going to be, I'm open to the idea that this is an A down, this is a B up, and we're going to have another smash. Is that going to bring money to crypto, or is it going to hurt crypto? That's the $1 million question. TLT, the crypto's really been following. We have been overbought, but we came down to oversold at Friday's close. So we've had a couple days higher, but not much going on. I don't really have a trade there. Same with the metals. Had a chance to go down, but caught ourselves with a oversold technometer again. So we came in this week still a little friendly. We've had two good closes here, a new all-time high. So that should be ultimately a little friendly to cryptos.
Shout out Dan W for the subscription. If you're watching and not subscribed to the channel, I don't know what you're doing. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and leave a comment in the comment section with your RPD wallet address for a chance to win.
And there's UUP. Everybody knows I've taken small losses trying to be short this puppy. That looks a little up thrusty, so I'm probably going to be right back in trying to short that one. I would have got stopped out right above 26.80, 81 I think it was. So right back kind of to my price. If the dollar ever cracks here, that's going to help cryptos as well. I think that's coming, and that will help cryptos as we move forward. I'm going to do a couple quick stocks here that I've given to pro traders and also in Discord. AT&T closed at another high here. We are overbought, but I think held up really well here. It's the reason I bought that. I bought it, I believe, on the 28th, I think right here. So that one should continue.
If you guys know what crypto coin news is, CCN on Twitter, I'm sure you do. Todd has been spotlighted in that for AT&T, for Johnson & Johnson, I believe, and maybe here for Bitcoin.
Yeah, there's about 7 of them. Bitcoin, Twitter. Here's AMD, same type of thing. We're long this one slightly lower because we bought this break down here. So I got small profits. Chart doesn't look the best. I'm thinking a little bit more strength. I might gonna have to dump that one to get it back cheaper. Square. I think Square longer term is one you got to own, but here short term not acting well again. We've got a close stop here, so that's could be a loss in Square. And then Twitter, I just bought. And I bought the opening yesterday right here at 42.38. And put ourselves back together after yesterday's upthrust. Be nice to see this thing get above yesterday's high. And I still think that one could go higher. So
it always helps when the President of the United States uses your product. That's all I know.
Right. And the last but not least, Shopify, who's been a hog. That thing, we mentioned that down at 174. I said that was going to be a home run. You can see our Shopify technometer oversold, more oversold than it's been back here at 290, and we're at 390. So that one might be one you need to look at here in the near future. But again, I think stocks maybe could have another sell-off, so I'm not real anxious to jump into too many longs.
Sweet,
And
I'll steal it. We'll go over two news articles briefly and do the giveaway, and then we'll just kind of chill with you guys for a few minutes, answer your questions, take another look at Bitcoin, and try to convince you guys to hit that like button. Just kidding. Jack Dorsey rejects Twitter crypto concept to passionately back Bitcoin. We already know Jack Dorsey is pro-Bitcoin, been pro-Bitcoin for a very long time. He also happens to be the president or the CEO of Square. Square Cash App, obviously you can buy and trade Bitcoin on it. So that's all been great. We've talked about that in the past. So what's new here? As Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg faces a firestorm of criticism for his Libra project, another prominent social media billionaire is staying on the sidelines. Jack Dorsey made it very clear in an interview with Sydney Morning Herald that he has no plans to launch a Twitter cryptocurrency, instead preferring to advocate for Bitcoin as the currency of the internet. I've been saying for a long time that we are a digital world and a digital economy, and for that digital economy, we need a digital currency or a digital store of wealth. That's why I agree with Barry Silbert on the drop gold movement. Twitter CEO owns Bitcoin and doesn't need Libra hassle. When you see the kind of negative press that Facebook has endured for its crypto plans, it's unsurprising that Jack Dorsey and Twitter don't want to commit to a project. It would appear far safer to wait and see how things play out for Libra. Let's not forget that the Square CEO does own Bitcoin, so it's not surprising that he doesn't want to try and compete with BTC. Now on to the next thing. Winklevoss twins did make a prediction that all FANG stocks will create their own crypto within 24 months. That'd be by 2022 or 2021. The Winklevoss twins made a bold claim after Facebook announced their Libra plans, namely that all FANG stocks would have their own crypto by 2021. Although Twitter is not one of these stocks, it seems very likely that other tech CEOs share Dorsey's reluctance to take on Bitcoin in the current political climate. Pretty much what that means is you guys are heck of a trolls, and you guys attack anything that attacks Bitcoin, and maybe that will make these FANG stocks reevaluate. Instead of creating their own cryptocurrency, how about they just accept Bitcoin or be the picks and the shovel of gold mining and do that in the crypto ecosystem, creating crypto-friendly products to make more revenue, kind of like Square is doing with its Cash App and the Bitcoin trading. I hope they open up Bitcoin trading to Bitcoin sending so I can send it to friends. Also, I hope they integrate it into their Square point of sale system so that, say, food trucks or local stores can then accept Bitcoin using the same point of sale system they use for Square for credit cards and cash. The other thing I wanted to mention is we see all this FOMO or this FUD pertaining to India. We've been seeing it forever now that they hate crypto. They're going to ban it, and this is the largest by population democracy on the world, so that's going to be terrible for crypto. But they recently came out with a pretty positive report on cryptos and how they are revolutionary to the finance space and why they think they have a long-lasting future. Quote, use of digital tokens resolves the issue of multiple currencies, improves liquidity and capital compliance costs, allows for micropayments, and expedites the payment process, which further eliminates liquidity risks. Quote, crypto is revolutionizing the global landscape. In the end, the Indian Supreme Court is currently slated to hear the case relating to India's crypto policies in January of next year. However, the Indian government could reportedly introduce a crypto bill as soon as during the next parliamentary session. Now, because there was, a couple weeks ago saying that India was going to all-out ban crypto, and now their most prominent sector of the government is writing this pretty bullish and favorable report on crypto. So I don't know what kind of love-hate relationship India has, but I don't think it's news that you need to worry about, because even if they do some kind of ban or some kind of regulation on crypto, this isn't even meeting until January of 2020. That is a long way away. That is years in crypto days. So I think we have plenty of time on that. What do we got going on in the chat box? Anything I missed before I do this giveaway, Todd?
I don't really think so.
Not too much. So if we go to our YouTube homepage, all of our live shows are right here, but make sure to check out our recorded videos, get some of that info. But the last live show we did together was right here, talking about Bitcoin having further downside to go. After we did do this live show, we did happen to go to 93.50 or something like that, so I would call that a pretty successful video if you guys tuned in. We'll copy that.
My stream deck's not working, so I can't give you any music or.
Oh man, no music. You
Balls
gotta
of
sing it
steel or
for me.
nothing.
You gotta sing it for me. Dum 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 dum, and the winner is of 10,000 RPD. Something we like to do to give back to you guys. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment with your Rapids wallet address or your Telegram handle if you are in the RPD tip bot, like Kari Coin just did. Says good Rapids, and there is the Telegram. I will send you that via their tip bot right now while Todd looks at a few charts. You're on your phone over there. What do you got going on, Todd?
Well, I got somebody asking me saying if I'm only doing one trade every 10 days, how much profit can be expected? But I guess I don't know where amount of trading correlates to amount of profit. If it was that easy, I would just trade every 4 seconds. That doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, it's about being right. I mean, yeah, if you can be right every trade and trade a million times, I'm sure it would add up. But that's not reasonable. It's about taking risk-reward trades that have the odds in your favor and milking them for as much profit as you can. So, you know, and I think that comes from, I haven't done many trades in the last few weeks, but you know, just like on Litecoin, I sold Litecoin at 99. I'm trying to figure out where to put on the next good risk-reward trade. If we're headed to 50, I don't need to buy it at 67. So, and amount of trading has nothing to do with profitability. Somebody asked about Litecoin technometer, 43, because it's done nothing. And I guess throw it over to me real quick. You got to see here that the OP is hitting new lows again today. So no volume come in on that rally, and then selling coming in hard again. Technometer 43. So I cannot get excited about buying Litecoin. So, and everybody's got it. I don't read Twitter. I don't look at a bunch of garbage. I really do what I do. So, and I don't care about much else. But nothing looks that exciting, especially still on Litecoin. So, and again, I bought 66 on this break, and I sold 66.50, 60. We did do a 71 real quick. We ran out some sell stops, but here we are right back to where I sold it. So again, I just think there's more downside.
And Chris K9 says, I appreciate you aren't trading just to trade, just a high probability are the good ones here. Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing. If there isn't a good setup, a good risk reward, you got to realize we're not just giving trades to try to have a Discord and a YouTube and give content. We're trading. What we're saying for trades, we're doing with our own money. We're doing with clients' money. So we're not just trading to trade. We do trade Palm Beach Confidential picks, Palm Beach Trader picks. We trade altcoin news, sector-related topics. So when ICX ran up for us, we were holders. We took profits. Then WAN Chain flew up. So we made a sector trade and said, well, I think Aeon is going to follow once people take profit off ICX and WAN. And that's what happened. And we made a nice 40% gain. So those are the kind of setups we're looking for. And then re-entries. Since it has not been an alt season, every single alt trade we take, we've constantly been saying, if you have 100 Litecoin and we sell at $100 and then it falls down to 80 and we're rebuying, buy back just the 100 Litecoin and take all profits and roll it into Bitcoin or USD Tether. That way, we don't want to gain any more exposure to the alts. We like to still have them in the portfolio, like to trade them when we can. But since alts have not been acting favorably, we've been taking all profits and rolling them into the next Bitcoin buy, which obviously with Bitcoin dominance rising is the right play, or USD Tether, looking to buy major dips in Bitcoin or the next altcoin play or whatever it may be. So those are the kind of trade setups we're looking for. That's what's working for us. I'm not staring at 1 minute charts, 5 minute charts. I'm looking at hourly charts, daily charts, and looking for different sector plays or news plays. And as far as large caps, that's where Todd's using Wyckoff and Elliott Wave on Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and we try to apply the way we think Bitcoin is going to act onto our alt positions as far as stop levels because they have been highly correlating. If Bitcoin is dumping $1,000, at this point in time, altcoins are going to dump even harder. That's where we can key off some stop levels and make sure that we're not losing any of our coins or losing any of our fiat.
Because I think if somebody thinks that I'm not watching these things and want to do a trade, you're crazy. I mean, anybody that really knows me knows that my whole life is this. So I know my phone's in my pocket every second. I got alarms at every $100 on Bitcoin. So don't act like I'm on vacay or not paying attention and not doing any trades. I'm waiting for the right trade, something that I feel correctly about. So again, not going to do a trade just to keep everybody happy because I got to do that trade for all my PCG clients. So I'm not going to risk millions because I'm trying to keep a few people happy. So that makes no sense. Not going to happen. I got to do a trade that we all believe in.
Danny Carnero says, hey, Nick, what are your thoughts on Zen? Was trying to break through the 530 sat resistance even when BTC was already weak and now is just falling like a rock. Zen is one that we did find a position in, and when it had a rally up to 800 Satoshis, this is off memory, so whenever it had that high around 800 Satoshis, it did have 2 tries at that. We did liquidate 75% of the position at that 800 sat level. Held on to 20%, 25%, looking for a moon bag or to possibly put in a new node. And that has been the wrong decision for the 25%. We should have just let it all go. But Zen, as far as fundamentally, still a solid project. They have some, they're working on investor relations coming into October. So I can't give you any more information on that. But pretty interesting stuff. And then you do know they work with Grayscale, and Grayscale works with Coinbase custody. So you can kind of generate your own opinion on what might be going on there as well. So if you own it here, I definitely wouldn't be liquidating at these prices. If you own none, it probably wouldn't kill you to get some form of entry here. But if you're with us in Discord, you would know that we sold from the rally from whatever it was, 500 sats to 800 sats. We bought into that, sold that rally, 75% of that, locking in some nice profits.
What up, G Money? What up, Chris K9? Yeah, actually, my Labor Day was screwed up from that Bitcoin rally because it ruined my mood.
Rudolph Kruppel says, sorry for the spam. How much can I learn from your full course? I'd really like to buy it soon. I mean, the courses are built off the original teachings of Richard D. Wyckoff. So I think there's plenty of people in here. We have 950 people for the LearnCrypto.io course who could probably back that up. And if you are a Patreon or Discord member, you do get a 20% off promo code as well. So you can, for $260, you can get the Learn Crypto, Wyckoff, and crypto trading course. And I think you'll be very happy with it. Also, Todd can help you with any questions. You have quizzes for each lesson. You cannot skip to the next lesson until the quiz is passed, so make sure you are retaining the information. And, we can give you guys bread, and that feeds you for a meal, but if we teach you how to bake the bread, then that feeds you for a lifetime. So same applies to teaching yourself how to trade. That way you're not relying on us for each and every trade. You might see a setup on some random alt that we're not even following. So I would highly recommend getting the course.
And that course is from original Wyckoff, Richard Wyckoff courses, because I own Wyckoff SMI. It's not my opinion. It's not Nick's opinion. It's nothing we made up. It's all tried and true indicators, been used for years. So you'll be happy with it.
Ruby says, there you go. I'm currently taking the course for a second time right now. Invaluable. Yeah, once you buy the course, you have lifetime access to the course and any updates to the course. So if there's new lesson added, new videos added, whatever it may be, if you want to give yourself a refresher once a year, you can retake the course. Your login continues to work. And like I said, if you join Patreon for $40 a month, you get a 20% discount. So you join Patreon and then you save $60 on the course. That's like getting a free month and a half of Patreon and Discord content. That is patreon.com/learncrypto. We have about 650 people right now in that.
But somebody made the comment, what was it that in the old days in the gold rush, the people that made the money was the people that sold the picks and the shovels. So I understand that, but that somewhat means that people looking for gold lost. So, I mean, I do sell the picks and shovels because I own the Wyckoff course, and Nick and I have this show, and we do lots of things. And we have the Discord, but the bread and butter is coming from managing money and being correct. It's not from making up trades. I mean, any trade I give in Discord, I'm doing with PCG clients, own money, etc. So there's it's not like a lot of Twitter where it's just a made up shit.
Julian says, I printed out all the key points of the course of each lesson and have them laminated on my trading desk. Well, there you go.
GBTC, I just don't, there's so much premium in there, and there's not a lot of stock people, it doesn't seem, around our Discord and around this YouTube. So I would do more of that. I have added just Bitcoin signals to my pro traders, trying to throw that to stock people to get more interested in Bitcoin. But GBTC is a little bit of a different animal.
And we can give picks on that here and there, but for us, a lot of you guys are crypto savvy enough to hold the underlying. But also, I think with the release of Bakkt, with the release of the VanEck ETF-like solution, I think a lot of that premium might start to go away. A lot of that extra volatility might just start to go away. So really, you're just overpaying a fee. You're paying way too high of a fee in order to own that or trade that. Also, if you read the actual disclosures of GBTC, it's kind of interesting. So your initial share purchase is for, I'm probably going to get the exact decimal point wrong, but it'll still work for this purpose, is 0.09 BTC. And each additional year, that 0.09 that your share is worth actually decreases by a management fee as well. So if you get caught holding that for a while, the share value gets diluted over time on top of the purchasing fee you do have to make. That coupled with the loss of premium and loss of volatility as other products are released, I think would have me steering in a different direction. And again, it's just as easy to physically own Bitcoin via Coinbase or one of these other exchanges at this point in time that I think I would rather go that route, or even a Cash App for that matter.
Silver, it's definitely on a run here. Clifford, I know you own some physical silver. I personally think metals could run a little higher over the next few weeks, especially if stocks break down, but I really think ultimately they're a sell. I've made good money in metals this year. That's when being that and long bonds has been one of my better trades. But I think that's getting to be an overcrowded trade. So,
shout out to the 335 people watching right now. Thank you very much. Hit that subscribe button, like button, and hopefully you continue to enjoy the content and entertainment we are providing.
That's a 3-year chart on SLV. So definitely, and you got big volume coming in here. So maybe the high is not in, but I think it's getting a little frothy. I'd just be careful. That's all I got. I got things to do and people to meet.
You guys have any other further questions, whether it be TAFA news or just life in general? The NFL season does begin tomorrow. That is pretty exciting. I really don't even care about the NFL if it wasn't for fantasy football and sports gambling. So those of you in Patreon, at the end of the NBA season, I was giving you some sports picks that were turning out pretty well. Let's see if we can add some more value and have some NFL picks. Now, sports gambling is illegal in some cities and states, so make sure you look into your regulatory firm before you do any of that. But it'll be exciting to watch some football, get it going again.
Is something going on with the Blues today?
St. Louis Blues? I don't know.
What the heck?
There is a Cardinals game, I think. G Money says, go Browns. I hope you are a tried and true Browns fan through all the losing seasons, not just a bandwagon fan for this overhyped team that I think may not even make the playoffs. I think they might be the second or third best team in their division, fighting for a wild card slot, even though many people would want to be putting their money that they win the Super Bowl. I think a 9-1 odds for the Browns to win a Super Bowl is a sucker's bet. Don't do that. If you were in at 22-1, that's a little better.
We look at Bitcoin dominance. I had been saying all along we get around to 72. Let's see if we can bring this up here. That's the Bitcoin dominance chart I've showed for quite a while, and I haven't moved that, so we've done what I thought. I haven't pulled the plug on that because, as you can see, I was looking for a rally to 72. We've done a 73.20. I would hope to think maybe somewhere here that it'd be cool if we get a blow-off where we'd run it to 75 or something in the next day or two. Then maybe that'd be some type of short-term top, but I don't know. That's above my pay grade. Bitcoin's flexing its muscle, and that's got to continue because that's where the real money's going. So when you got somebody with $10 million trying to come to cryptos, they're going to Bitcoin first. And
that's something that we've been really talking about all along is as institutional infrastructure is built, You want to own Bitcoin. You want to own the other large caps that these institutions will have access to. And that's probably going to be Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Ethereum Classic, maybe an XRP, maybe an XLM from rumors. And then Coinbase custody, in my analysis, will probably have, let's say it'll have Atom, let's say it'll have Horizon and Zen. So we'll see what happens. But wherever they can get their money in is where they will start. They're not just going to be getting on some random exchange, not even a Binance for that matter. They need a U.S. regulated entity and exchange to purchase and store, custody, and insure their crypto assets. So that's just where the money's going to flow first.
Shout out to Crypto Miser, being long GBTC on his Roth. That's the home run. I mean, we talked about that all year. I mean, that's definitely the place to have been. Maybe that probably keeps you from trading so much. You've been a little more successful. That goes back to you're probably trading too much on exchanges, screwing shit up. And on your Roth, you've probably been setting on it. And that's where your gains have come from.
And a little more hesitant to trade due to the $4.95 trading fee, et cetera.
So you hit the home run on it, and then you're sitting around here emotionally buying a rally, selling a dip, and screwing everything up by trading too much, which is what everybody wants to do, which everybody needs to quit doing.
Yeah, if there's one thing that we can provide you in Discord is I just hope you learn a little bit of patience, you learn not to overtrade, and that you learn there's always another trade. I know this is what have you done for me lately industry, but zoom out a little bit and see the money that we pulled out of the market on the way up, sold almost every top on Bitcoin on this move down. A $1,000 rally that we missed out on is disappointing, but it's not like we wanted to buy the 12K breakout like everybody else or even the 10-7 breakout that we just had a few hours ago. So you got to keep things in perspective. You got to look at kind of the macro view of the trading we have done and the stop levels we've had for alts, the sells we've had on alts, the passive income we've generated, and put a smile on the face, lose the emotions, and realize that you're having quite a good year, and then that will continue as long as you stick to the plan and stick to the system. That has been working all year long.
What up, Brent? 3 Mile Go Ducks. You and Brent will both get a wrench right here.
You're lucky Todd's controlling that. I would have made you work for it. I would have said, you come to the next live show and you'll get a wrench.
Well, Brent says he's in our group, so he gets one just for saying that or lying. And 3 Mile Go Ducks, we're going to let you in too. Why are so many on Discord going against our calls? I don't know if they are. I think they like to talk. I think people, want, I know a lot of people that say, I took the 2 trades you were a loser on. I didn't take the winners. That's the worst thing you can do because you take the trades you believe in. Those are the losers. And the trades that you know I'm wrong or too tough for you, you don't take. Those are the big winners. So that's just the way the markets work. I
think it's a little bit of cloud chasing. Also, I wouldn't say so many. It's probably 5 to 10 people out of 650 people in Discord. The reason you see the same 20 names out of 650 is because the other 600 people, they only chime in when they have an actual question, or they're just absorbing the information we put in those private channels.
Or they're waiting for
the TA channel, the news channel, the Palm Beach channel, and they know that they're getting solid information, and then they're taking that information and making their own buys and sells.
I think the only ones not taking the trades are the ones that's trying to build up their own clout or, want to show what they're doing, which I don't mind spirited discussion. I don't mind somebody swinging at me either. But when I have a losing trade or miss something, I probably get a little bit quiet myself because I'm trying to figure out where I went wrong. Because the best thing you can do is learn from your mistakes. So, everybody knows if they're in Discord, if I miss a trade, I'm probably going to get a little bit quiet. But again, I'm trying to figure out how I missed it. Don't do it again. And then I'm waiting for the next trade setup. And I'm not letting everybody on Discord and everybody in my ear sway my opinion. So I really try to put everybody out of my head.
Right. And really the reason we've had such success this year is we kind of put everything else to the side, crypto Twitter to the side, and we just kind of focused on me and Todd discussing our opinions and trading off of just our information rather than getting all the outside noise and waiting for others and et cetera, et cetera. We're just doing
Shout out to Ashu. Anybody that doesn't know, Ashu won't get that. Ashu's a good guy and actually a huge supporter. So, but he's funny.
Johnny M. Cool says, I only follow the Gambler's 90 advice, never Todd Fathers. Too funny. Awesome.
Right, guys,
I think that's about all we got. No more questions. Went over a little bit of news. Nothing too exciting lately. And we'll try to catch you guys live on YouTube again. Make sure to follow us on Twitter in the bottom left if you want to keep up on our other thoughts. But if you really want 24/7 access, check out patreon.com/learncrypto. And then you can ask all the questions you want 24/7, unfortunately. And that's all we got. Any last words, Todd? Any last buys, sells? What you think?
Be patient. Peace out.
Oh, hey, stay positive, pal. Most people, when they lose, they whine and quit. But you got to be there for the turns. Everybody's got good luck. Everybody's got bad luck. Don't run when you lose.
Play hard, play clean. Be careful out there.
We'll see you all again. Sleep tight.